This girl presses a switch, and a shark slowly descends. Unexpectedly, it's being used as bait. Right after, a huge mouth snaps up the shark. The audience isn't scared. Instead, they're excited. As the grandstand slowly descends, the shark looks like an ant swallowed whole. This creature is a prehistoric organism from 20,000 years ago, the overlord of the sea. This is Jurassic World. More than a decade ago, scientists extracted ancient dinosaur DNA from the blood of a fossilized mosquito. They used gene editing techniques, adding modern animal genes to create a new, successful incubation. To attract attention, the park instructed the scientists to create new types of dinosaurs. The female lead is in charge of this park. That day, the owner came to inspect the work, so she showed him the newest dinosaur, the Indominus Rex. As they entered, they noticed the tempered glass was cracked. The owner felt fear, concerned that the enclosure wasn't secure enough, and wanted to invite the male lead for his opinion. The male lead, Owen, a former military serviceman, is now a trainer. Just then, a careless employee falls into the raptor enclosure. These are all carnivorous animals. Seeing the employee about to be torn apart, Owen rushes forward and opens the large door. He tries to use his experience to calm the raptors, but they don't give him any respect, showing their teeth and preparing to attack. Owen tells the employee to get out first while he slowly backs towards the door. He successfully rolls under the door and escapes. Later that day, Claire, the female lead, invites him to the Indominus Rex enclosure, but the dinosaur is nowhere to be seen. They turn on the thermal sensor, but still can't find it. Owen notices claw marks on the wall, suggesting the Indominus Rex has escaped the area. If it gets out, the safety of all visitors on the island will be at risk. Claire immediately rushes to the headquarters and tells them to evacuate the visitors. However, the headquarters relies on the dinosaur's tracker, which clearly shows it's still inside the paddock. It seems the Indominus Rex has high IQ, and the claw marks might just be a trap. Meanwhile, the headquarters sees Owen and the employees standing inside the paddock via the surveillance system. Realizing the danger, they urgently warn them that the Indominus is still inside, but it's too late. The employee is too heavy and slow. He is caught by the Indominus and swallowed whole without a chew. It seems body weight really matters. Another employee manages to run outside first and closes the door. The Indominus wildly chases after him, but the heavy door can't stop it. Owen quickly hides under a vehicle. The Indominus squeezes through the door to get out. Owen is terrified and dares not make a sound. He turns his head and sees the other employee hiding in front of the car. The Indominus follows the human scent and slowly approaches him. It then finds the car in the way, flips it over, and swallows the employee. Its next target is Owen. He cuts a fuel line with a knife to mask his human scent, as the giant beast is right next to him searching for prey. A huge head appears. Owen lies motionless on the ground. Sure enough, the gasoline works to cover his scent, and he successfully tricks the Indominus' sense of smell. Now, the Indominus has left its enclosure and is heading south, where many tourists are gathered. If it reaches them, everyone will be in danger. Claire wants to tell the staff to evacuate the tourists, but Vic, the owner, security manager, stops her. He fears an evacuation announcement will ruin the park's reputation. Vic sends an armed squad to stop the Indominus. Following the tracker signal, they find a piece of dinosaur meat by the river. The Indominus had torn out its tracker. Its IQ isn't no low after all. Suddenly, a few drops of dew fall from above. When they look up, the Indominus slowly appears. It can camouflage. It seems to have genes from a squid, allowing it to change color with the environment. This ability leads to the squad's annihilation. All the armed men are no match for it. It is like a specialized weapon. The scene is brutal. In just a few minutes, the squad of over a dozen men is completely wiped out. The park intended to use it to make money, but it created a killer machine. It will destroy all living creatures on the island. Claire orders a full evacuation of all tourists on the island. Suddenly, she remembers her two nephews are still out there. Because the signal on the island is poor, they didn't hear Claire clearly and hung up. Park staff confirmed the boys are still playing in the dinosaur petting zoo area. Claire asks the area manager to rescue her nephews first, but the manager refuses. Claire urgently seeks out Owen, hoping he will go with her to save the two boys. At this moment, the two boys have caught the attention of the Indominus. As the boys drive a gyrosphere to escape, the dinosaur's tail hits an Ankylosaurus, knocking them over. The Indominus snaps at the Ankylosaurus first, then searches for the two brothers. The gyrosphere is tossed around like a tennis ball. After playing with it, it gently nudges it, sending it crashing through the glass, and then bites at the gyrosphere. Just as the brothers are about to lose their lives, they manage to unbuckle their seatbelts and successfully escape the danger. They are chased to a cliff with no way out. The older brother pulls his younger brother and jumps down. When Claire arrives, the ground is littered with dead dinosaurs. It seems the Indominus isn't motivated by hunger, but by a brutal desire to prove its dominance. The two follow the Indominus' footsteps and find the ruins. Unexpectedly, they run into the Indominus again. They start to run for their lives. Luckily, Vic finally has a conscience and flies a helicopter to the rescue, shooting wildly at the Indominus. The dinosaur tries to escape, then smashes the observation deck, creating an even greater danger. Thousands of flying dinosaurs, pterosaurs, pour out of the hole, causing the helicopter to lose control, and Vic finally perishes in the pterosaur aviary. The pterosaurs quickly fly towards the tourist area and begin attacking the visitors. This girl stands in the intersection and is immediately snatched up into the sky by a dinosaur. Owen stares blankly at the scene, only to be ambushed by a descending dinosaur. Luckily, Claire arrives in time to save Owen. She then finds her two nephews in the chaotic crowd. Owen immediately drives them away from this hellhole towards the headquarters. The upper management instructs Owen to use the raptors to hunt down the Indominus, as it will kill all living things and must be dealt with immediately. Before setting off, Owen lets the four raptors smell the Indominus' scent. Then, he orders the raptor cage opened. Owen closely follows. Shortly after, the raptors stop. It seems the Indominus is nearby. The Indominus slowly appears, but instead of attacking, the raptors begin to communicate. Owen deduces the Indominus has raptor genes, but he didn't realize the Indominus also has the power to mesmerize them. It says something, and the raptors turn to attack the humans. Now they are united, with humanity as their target. The soldiers see the situation as grim and immediately open fire. The Indominus is driven back, but the raptors are fast and agile. Before Owen's team realize it, they are attacked. Seeing this, Owen and Claire quickly retreat. They arrive at the lab and see the high-level manager packing up all the dinosaur DNA to take with him. He wants to travel the world, creating even more dinosaurs. It seems he's truly mad. Suddenly, a dinosaur slowly walks into the lab and kills the manager. What goes around, comes around. Owen's team takes the opportunity to escape. Just outside the door, they are met by 3 raptors waiting for them. The raptors slowly surround them, but do not attack. Owen gently touches them. It seems they remember him. Right then, the Indominus sees these minions betraying it and flies into a rage. The raptors don't back down, roaring back at the Indominus. Seeing this, the Indominus immediately attacks. It knocks one raptor flying. The remaining 2 also charge. Because of the huge difference in size, the raptors are ultimately overpowered. To survive, Claire runs to the main gate and tells the subordinate to open it. In her hand, she holds a flare. The Indominus is attracted to the flare. Claire runs, leading it towards the other side. Indeed, one mountain can't hold 2 tigers, or rather, 2 dinosaurs. As the 2 meet, they immediately fight for territory. Unexpectedly, the Indominus cheats, pressing down the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It seems the T-Rex isn't very clever. It's no match for the Indominus. Just when everyone thinks all hope is lost, a raptor appears. How could a king tolerate a mere minion stepping on its back? The T-Rex seizes the opportunity to counterattack the Indominus. They combine perfectly, relentlessly beating the Indominus until it can't fight back. Suddenly, a Mosasaurus appears, grabbing the Indominus and dragging it underwater. That's how one king's battle ends. The T-Rex then tries to attack Owen's group, but the raptor stands in front of them. They communicate for a few seconds, and the T-Rex leaves. The raptor looks at Owen and then retreats into the deep jungle.
As the sun rises, the overlord of the land
If 3 years ago, the 20-meter-long Mosasaurus dragged the Indominus underwater, now it has grown to 80 meters. One Indominus is no longer enough to satisfy its appetite. A scientist who escaped that year sent people back to the island to find the Indominus carcass and successfully retrieve a sample. As they are about to retreat, a huge shadow appears behind the submarine. Ground personnel realize the submarine has lost signal and immediately try to close the sluice gate. Suddenly, a huge shadow appears in the trees behind him. As the gate is 54% closed, the control equipment is crushed. Just as he climbs onto the airplane ladder, thinking he has escaped danger, the Mosasaurus leaps out of the sea, swallows him whole, and then passes through the sluice gate, swimming out to sea, officially entering the world of humans. 4 years after the Jurassic World Park was destroyed by the Indominus, humans completely withdrew from the island. The dinosaurs on the island are free to live, but the beautiful days are short-lived. The volcano on the island is about to erupt. If the dinosaurs aren't relocated in time, they will go extinct again, just like 65 million years ago. High-ranking officials held an emergency meeting on the matter, but the outcome was unexpected. They chose to let the dinosaurs fend for themselves. However, many people are still worried about the dinosaur safety. These people formed an organization. Claire is one of the leaders. She grew up with dinosaurs and cares for them like pets. That day, a rich man named Lockwood came to see Claire. He says she can use his island to temporarily house the dinosaurs. He knows Claire was once the manager of Jurassic World and that every dinosaur has a tracker, but access to the tracking system is restricted. Clearly, in the eyes of the businessman, Claire is just a key. Unaware of this, she seeks out Owen, inviting him to join her in finding the raptor, Blue. This time, Owen immediately agrees because he misses his old friend too. The two work well together. Lockwood sends a team of mercenaries with them, claiming it's for Claire and Owen's safety, but he likely has ulterior motives. As they arrive on the island, they've been traveling for some time, and the volcano on the mountain peak is stirring, ready to erupt at any moment. Soon after, Owen uses the raptor's living habits to find his old friend, Blue. Owen raised this raptor from birth. After 3 years apart, it still remembers him. Though Blue is a carnivore, it remains rational when facing Owen. Just as the two are having a touching moment, an arrow is fired. Owen is immediately knocked down. "I told you to wait for my signal." The mercenaries surround the raptor. Blue seizes the opportunity to leap onto a soldier, biting him several times. But Blue cannot fight the whole group. It quickly falls unconscious. Owen realizes he's been tricked. A soldier shoots him with a tranquilizer dart. It turns out Lockwood only wanted to use them to gain access to the dinosaur trackers. Afterwards, they pack up all the dinosaurs and plan to sell them to the wealthy as pets. At this time, the volcano has begun to erupt, but Owen is still unconscious. Suddenly, a shadow approaches Owen. Owen slowly regains consciousness. A triceratops eagerly stomps its feet next to Owen, waking him up. Before leaving, it flips him over. Owen sees the lava slowly flowing closer, but he can't move because the tranquilizer hasn't worn off. He can only try to turn over and crawl to higher ground. This is how Owen escapes disaster. The volcano is erupting even more violently, but Claire and her companions are not so lucky. They encounter a dinosaur on their escape route. Hot lava drips down onto the dinosaur's head, preventing it from getting too close. Claire and her companions take this opportunity to use a chair to climb onto a pipeline, finally escaping the danger. The volcano erupts more fiercely. Owen is also running out. They run down the mountain together, with countless dinosaurs chasing behind them. The ground is littered with dinosaur carcasses. Luckily, they find a gyrosphere, but it can only carry 2 people. As they hesitate, a Carnotaurus appears in front of them. Right after, it is grabbed by the T-Rex's neck and slammed to the ground. This is the arrogance of the top predator. Seeing the volcanic ash spreading rapidly, they have no time to hesitate. They can only continue running towards the sea. However, Owen is quickly engulfed by the volcanic smoke. The gyrosphere also falls into the sea. A lava bomb hits the glass, which immediately melts. Seawater rushes into the cabin. Just in the nick of time, Owen catches up. He uses a knife to pry open the glass door. As they swim ashore, they find the surviving dinosaurs have all been tranquilized, packaged, and taken away. This beast sees money and his eyes light up. As each dinosaur is transported onto the ship, he pulls out one of its teeth as a souvenir. The volcano is erupting more and more violently, about to bury the entire island. Claire's group frantically runs. They spot a truck and jump onto it, speeding away. As the ship is about to leave, they manage to drive the car onto the ship in time. The 3 of them turn around and see a brontosaurus letting out a tragic roar, as if asking why they didn't wait for them. But its fate quickly mirrors the others. It is engulfed by the fire and smoke. This scene is like a reenactment of the dinosaur extinction 65 million years ago. Lockwood's ambition isn't just about money. Lockwood seeks out the expert who created the Indominus Rex's genome, instructing him to use the original genes to create a stronger genome. From this, the expert creates the Indomoraptor, with higher strength and agility. Meanwhile, Owen's group finally finds a raptor in a truck, but it is badly injured. Fortunately, Claire's friend is a veterinarian. After a great effort, the raptor is saved. After the ship docks, they blend in with the dinosaur transport team. As they pass an intersection, they see police nearby. Just as they plan to slip away and alert the police, the mercenary leader spots them. They are caught and locked in the basement with the dinosaurs. Lockwood is upstairs holding an auction. The place is filled with major businessmen. Because for them, dinosaurs are an interesting entertainment tool. 4 dinosaurs are quickly sold for exorbitant prices. They are making more and more money. Owen sees a Stenonychosaurus in the neighboring cell. This type of dinosaur has a skull 25 centimeters thick and an incredibly strong headbutting force. It is also called the Iron-Head Monk of Shaolin Temple. Owen whistles at it, luring it to break the wall between the 2 cells. Then, he stands in front of the iron door, challenging it. The dinosaur successfully smashes the iron door open, but its eyes are also damaged. The auction is presenting the 5th dinosaur. This is the prize item of the day, an Indonoraptor, newly created. Its starting price is 10 times the sum of the previous 4. It is known as the strongest creature on land. Even the Indominus Rex would have to flee from it. Even the experienced businessmen can't help but gasp in shock. The MC starts introducing the Indomoraptor, but before he finishes, a businessman bids 20 million USD. He immediately refuses, saying it's